Takes like a minute.
Good morning, friends. Oh, I forgot my hat. I'll be right back. Well, it's not really a hat, but ta-da! It's fall, and it really feels like fall. So I am in the mood to wear a pumpkin headband. I will not be wearing it all day because I don't want people to think I'm loony. But for this morning, I thought it was appropriate because we are going to be talking about fall inspiration. And I know that a lot of us like to get back into our cozy sewing rooms when the weather turns, and I'm no different than that, although I don't really spend a lot of time in my sewing room at home, but I do love all that fall has to offer in the way of sewing inspiration. So we're going to share some of that with you today. As you might have guessed, I am solo again on this side of the camera, but Brenda is here to answer any of your questions. So if you have any, feel free, and she's going to let me know or answer them herself. Irene is off gallivanting again. She was going to go to Maine, and then I don't know if she was even going to stop home for any amount of time. I'll bet you they spent the night at home. And then they're going to Ohio for her first granddaughter's birthday. So we miss her, but she'll be back next week, I think. So I also wanted to say thank you so much for all of you who came out last week to help us celebrate 8 years. It's been a great journey, and many of you have been with us since the beginning, and it was great to see you come out, and we were able to do our prize wheel and hand out a bunch of prizes, and it was just a really joyful week. So thank you to all who came, and thank you to all who just wished us well. We really appreciate it. One thing we did last week was we introduced the Red Bag Club, and this is what we're offering. This is the red bag. This has something in it. What does this have in it? Oh, a bunch of stuff. Anyway, this is an opportunity for you to not only help the environment by bringing a bag every time you come to the shop, but you can also enter a drawing every time you bring this bag. This is going to begin in January of next year, but you can enter a drawing to win a prize basket, which we will put together for the beginning of January, so you can check it out all year long. And this is a $40 investment, but what that gets you is membership into an exclusive club where you will learn about and be able to benefit from different savings every month. So maybe we'll have 10 fat quarters for $30, or all boutiques 95% up. We're not going to have that, but a different promotion every single month. We will have your name on an email list so that we can let you know right before the month begins. And you can bring this, and you can also, if you are an online shopper, you can feel free to purchase this bag, and you will be able to participate from online. We may have a few things that are in store only, but we're really going to make sure that anyone who wants to participate is able to. And you'll still get the bag, although you won't be able to bring it in if you live in Montana. So this has been a great hit. We actually sold out on, I think, Friday last week. So I did place an order for more. I'll be getting more. They were on special last week, but this week and going forward, they're going to be $40 each. So, and if you want to participate in all 12 months next year, you have to get your bag by December 31st this year. So that is the only deadline that we have. We're going to still sell them next year. You just won't be able to participate in all 12 months. Actually, it would be January 30th, because as long as you get it in January, you get the promotion for January. So that is our Red Bag Club. Another thing that we talked about last week, and my apologies, I don't have one right here, I don't think, is for Quilt Away. For those of you who are going with us to Quilt Away, we have shirts that say Quilt Away Geneseo, and those are going to be up on the Facebook page of the website. And those are think $28 to $32, but the deadline for that is coming up. We are not going to be taking orders for that anytime after October 22nd. So if you want to make sure that you get your shirt for Quilt Away, and we can bring it right to you if you want, that's going to be the deadline, is October 22nd. So, and speaking of our Facebook page, for those of you who might be new here, if you would like to see any of the items that we feature in today's Facebook Live, you can hop on over to our website, and that is townandcountryquiltshop.com. And on the top menu, there's Facebook Live. You can take a look at, click on that, and then you can see everything that we're offering. So let's say I'm going too fast and you missed something, you can just go and check it on the website. Or, of course, you can ask Brenda, and I can do a second showing if you think of it while you're here. But that's a great resource to check out what's new and what we're featuring. I also wanted to point out we have a new menu. We've got the whole website has been remodeled so beautifully, and we have a new menu at the top. It says new. If you hover over that or click on it, I can't remember what you need to do, and there's a drop-down menu that comes down, and that's where we're going to put seasonal things. So yesterday I added a collection called Autumn Inspired, and what that's going to show you is most of these things that I have here, except for the classes, and all of any item that we have in the store in stock on the website that it can be used for your autumn projects. So it's a great place to get some inspiration, and we're going to show some of those to you today. Before we get to that, though, we're going to talk about the classes that we have coming up this week. Actually, tomorrow and Saturday, we have 2 classes. The first one actually is going to be this quilted stocking, and this is a class taught by Brenda. I just love her stocking, love it. Brenda has quite a beautiful taste in nice, calm, country, primitive, vintage, all those things. And I just love this with this tan background. But this is a class that will take place tomorrow. There's still room if you're interested. And that will be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. tomorrow. And the cost is $35. And I think, and Brenda's going to hear this in about a minute after I say this, but I think that you would be able to mostly finish this in the class. So Brenda's going to correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks maybe doable, but maybe not with this piecing in that amount of time. So she'll let me know. Oh, she says yes. If you work fast and don't make any glaring mistakes, you could finish this in that day. And then you could go home and make more for the rest of your family. So this is the quilted Christmas stocking class. Could not think of the word for some reason. And then on Saturday, we're going to be buzzing this weekend. We have another class, and that is taught by Kathy Hooker. And that is this, is this upside down? 3-ring binder cover class. And it is not upside down. So this is her binder that she's using for a sample for us. And she's put this cover on. And we've had so much demand for this class. She did it last time that we did it again. So, but there's still room if you wanted to get in. That's going to be Saturday, and you could come spend the day with some sweet ladies and cover a binder so that you can look classy at your next club meeting, or fun and jazzy like this one. That's going to be the same price and the same time frame. So 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday, and it's going to be $35. So if you are interested, either go to the website, come in, or call the shop, and we can get you signed up. And I think there's minimal supply lists for both of these. And we definitely have the patterns for this too. So those are our classes that I wanted to tell you about. And then the next thing is all of our, not all, I mean, I think I might have a penchant for buying fall themed items. Wait till you see how much I have for Christmas. But so I wanted to highlight a few of our fall themed items. One of those is this collection. This is a smattering of the Woolies Flannel collection by Bonnie Sullivan. These are decadent as far as softness goes. They are a great quality product. One time, and I'm almost certain that it was this one, Brenda and I conducted an experiment where we cut off a yard of this, sent it home with her so she could wash it and dry it, and brought it back to see if it was still a yard. Well, I suppose she could have measured it at home, but these do not shrink. They are super soft and fun to work with, and we have several colors. This is the gold plaid. We've got a couple of houndstooths. We've got the purple and then another gold houndstooth. I think that might be the tan colorway. We have this deep red tartan plaid. It's like a very nice burgundy. And we have the green window pane plaid. That's from their plaids collection. This one is a color wash. She has a whole line of different colors in color wash. This is a nice deep brown. And then we have the red and the gold and another color wash in the green. So this is a great perennially popular cozy collection of flannels. And if you're thinking to yourself, yeah, what am I going to make with a flannel? I have a project for you. Of course I do. And that project is going to be this ragtime quilt. This is only one of many different patterns that are available. There are tons of free online patterns, or this one that is not free. This is $7. Or this one, which is a baby size, which finishes at, let me look it up and see, 51 by 51. So if you just wanted a small rag quilt, lap size, maybe for someone in a wheelchair who gets cold, or just your lap when you're at home, this would be a great opportunity. It doesn't have to be made for a baby, but this is a cut loose press, so it's $3.99. That pattern is online as well. And we have here the best thing that was ever made for rag quilting, which is these, what do they call them? Snips? Rag quilt snips. I am not kidding. These are, if you've ever made a rag quilt and cut it, because at the end of piecing it, you have to cut little slits out of the seam allowance. And if you've ever done that with anything besides these, you understand how nice these are to have. They have a spring in them. So they are, you just open that up, spring loaded. This isn't going to open very far because it's in a package, so that you don't have to open it with your hand. So anyone who has struggles with their hand, carpal tunnel, just doesn't like to open things repetitively, these are a great tool. If you could use them for other things. You might even be able to use them at home for home things, but you know, I would say keep it in your sewing room. But these are a Fiskars product. They're $29.99, and if you are interested in making a rag quilt, these will save your hands. So that is that for the rag. Oh, we have one more thing for the rag quilts. Now this is sort of like, if we have a best kept secret here, this is it. And the cat is now going to be out of the bag. What these are, and I have been making and selling these probably for 15 years. And people love them. On my Etsy shop, we sell a ton of them. And I have not had them in the store, and I have no good reason for that. But we have them here. We just don't put them out. But we're going to start because they are a very popular item. And if you're making rag quilts, they're going to also save your hand. And what these are bundles of 50. That's how we package them. And they are hand cut, rotary cut, squares of batting. We have three different styles actually. These are the 100% cotton, dream cotton in Select Loft, which is the second thinnest. These are the Hobbs Heirloom 80-20 blend. And then we also have recently started offering them in fusible, which is, Brenda, do you remember if we decided that fusible is two-sided fusible or one-sided fusible? Was that a conversation you and I had? She's going to answer me in a second because she is on a delay, but I can't remember if they're fusible on both sides or not. But anyway, we have these here, and we have all sorts of sizes. She thinks it's one-sided. I couldn't remember, but she's going to look for us. So we have these available, and we'll put them out on the floor. And if you are interested in them, besides, these are 7 inches. I put up our top sellers, which are 10 inches, on the website under the Facebook Live page. We will work on getting them onto the page. But if you would like to purchase some and you're not here, we have an Etsy page, and it's called Town and Country Quilt, I think, because I ran out of room for my letters. So just go and check us out, and you can see all of our batting squares. And that has been a really fun thing. And I don't know what all people are making with them. 2-sided. So if you were making a rag quilt and you wanted to make sure these stayed where they were supposed to be, you could fuse them onto both sides of your rag quilt, both the top and the lining. So that's something to consider. And we make them to order. So yes, we have a few in stock, but for the most part, they are made to order. So that is the batting square. So you have now all that you need to make yourself a rag quilt, and you could get it done by Halloween if you wanted to. You really put your mind to it. So there you go. So that is our little segment on quick and cozy rag quilts. And then I also wanted to show you a few other themed items that we have for fall. I think that I've shown this in the past few weeks, but this is one of our lovely fall themed half packs. Now, most of you would know what the half packs are, but just in case you don't, they are 5 half-yard cuts, all curated here at the shop. And what you can do with these is you can make any one of, I think there are 11 patterns now. There are 10 quilts, about a lap size, and then the tippy toe. So this is a great product to put together something quick. If you have a grandchild who you're going to see around the holidays, you could teach him or her how to quilt with these. They're a great product and very pretty. This one is one of my favorites. I just love the autumn theme on this one. And those are $38.99. We have several different colors and themes available on the website. We also have, this is one in a series. We do have the patterns for all of them. This one is called Wagon Days of Autumn. And this is a Patchabilities. It's 14 by 17. And this is not just the pattern, but a kit. And I'm going to turn it around in a sec. It is $24.99, and it includes all the fabric for the top and binding. We do have a hanger available. I think there's only one left, but we can order more with that garden gate. Those are the yummy fabrics that Linda has selected. And this is a adorable way to celebrate autumn. And we also have winter, spring, and the other one, summer. I'm having brain moments today. So that is a super cute addition to your fall quilting. This one also is a table runner size that would make a great kit to work on this fall. It's 13 by 42. I had to move things around to see the size of it. And this has, again, all the fabrics for the top and the binding. I'm going to hold it up. I think that you can see it. I'll move it a little bit in case there's some glare from the windows. This one is $39.99. And this does not include backing or batting. But this is a great pattern. It doesn't need any kind of special tools, just your regular cut and sew stuff. So that is called Pumpkin Harvest, and that is also a kit. Those are our kits that we have. And then this, so cute. These are pre-cut, pre-fused applique, just little applique pieces in the shape of a couple of pumpkins and some leaves and a stem and a mouse, and it also includes a couple of buttons. So this could be appliqued to a pillow or maybe even a kitchen towel, whatever you like to decorate with for the holidays. So cute. And that is called The Whole Country Caboodle. That's the brand. Pumpkins, mouse, and flower. So that is very cute too. We also you can tell that when I'm scrolling through my distributors, my eye gets caught with these fun Halloween or fall patterns. We have mini pumpkins. I'm just going to go through these quickly because you can look and see if there's more information on the website, or if there is more, to see if you need it. This one is 23 by 29, super cute, and also quite small. So if you like small pieces like Brenda, you might like this. Mini pumpkins, it's called. We also have a couple of these. We love these little barn block quilts. They're really just one block, 13.5 by 13.5, and you could change these out by the seasons. This is our September and October barn block minis. We also have bitty barn blocks. These are 8.5 square, and these are the October, November, and December. So there's 3 different patterns in here. This one, I really liked this one. And I think that if I had time to make anything, I think I would make this into a much smaller version. This whole pattern is designed for a 48.5 by 60.5, but wouldn't those pumpkins make a great table runner or even just a wall hanging? They have a little star in them, and I just think they're so cute. This is called Pumpkin Seeds. We also have another Patch Abilities. This one has a couple of pumpkins. We have a sample for this one. I don't know exactly where it is, but we do have it if you want to see it. This is a 12 by 18, so it takes the 12-inch hanger. That's a great fall project. This is not a hard one. This says skill level easy, perfect for those who know the basics and have a little hand embroidery experience, because there's a little bit of hand embroidery with that line on the stem. This one I love because it's got different colorways than what you were used to. Now you could totally do this in oranges and greens and black for the birds, but this is a great kind of out of the box opportunity. This pattern is for a 55-inch by 75-inch lap quilt, and this is from Coach House Designs, and this is a great pattern company, and this is a nice pattern. You could even modify this and just like make those guys into a table runner. So lots of opportunities for modifications here. This one has them built in, actually. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4 different projects. This is from Fig Tree, and it has Fairy Tale Pumpkins cream version, quilt size 60 by 71. Fairy Tale Pumpkins gray ghost version, same size. Oh, I see it. Fairy Tale Pumpkins table runner. So really there's only 3 different quilts in here, but that's okay. And the table runner is size 23 by 72. That's a long table runner. That's for a long table. I don't know why I'm so struck by that, but you could make it shorter if you had a shorter table, or it could hang over your table. And then the Fairy Tale Pumpkins mini is 21.5 by 21.5. That's this one. That's my favorite. I like that one. And all of these patterns are in this one little pattern. And I did not tell you the price of them because they're not on sale. They're just inspiration, and the prices are all on the website. So if you have any questions, ask Brenda, and I can redo them if you like. All right, that is all of the fun stuff. Well, I guess the next part is fun too. That is all of the autumn inspiration I have for you this morning, kind of. But we do have 3-2-1, which we do every week, and that is an opportunity for savings. These things that I mentioned, for the most part, are not on sale. However, the next 3 things are. We always do a $5 fabric, so we cut the price down to $5, and that's because it's been here for a while and it's time to go to a good home. And then we try to have a notion and a pattern, and we do have those today. So, and please forgive me if these are repeats. I don't intentionally repeat, but I got a lot on my mind, and sometimes I forget that we already did something. So if you notice that, you can let us know, but please don't be sad. All right, so the first thing for 3-2-1 are these dressmaker pins. These were purchased for the class that Brenda used to teach for the no-sew ornaments, which if you did not take that, I'm sorry, because it was a great class. But we don't need these anymore because we're not making dresses here. So these are from Prim Dritz, and they are $5.99 normally, and they are now $3. And you get a whole bunch of them. Let's see how many. 750, those teeny tiny pins that your grandma used to use. General purpose sewing for medium fabrics, nickel plated steel. So that is our 3 dressmaker pins. Our 2 is a pattern. If I'm not mistaken, and if Irene is watching, she can correct me, but this might be the first or second quilt sample that we made here at Town and Country Quilt Shop way back in 2017, before even the 2020s. Irene made this quilt out of a jelly roll, and we had kits first, and then we had patterns, and now the quilt has gone to its intended recipient 8 years later. I hope she didn't know it. And we have 2 of these left. This is called the Aubrey pattern. I could see this beautiful in autumn colors, or even Christmas. This would make a great Christmas quilt. It has 2 options for size. One is 54 by 65, the other is 27 by 33. Uses a jelly roll, as I said, and it's normally $9.99, marked down to $5. And there are 2 of these patterns. And then, last but not least, is this very fall colored, whimsical, like a kind of an olive green and tan. This is a Moda, normally $11.99, marked down to $5. So this would make a great backing if you decided to make almost any of these. This would work on the back. It's very fall themed. And I'm going to hold it up. Brenda can tell me if the color is good. This actually coordinates very well with Brenda's top today, but that's neither here nor there. But this is a great colorway, nice vintage looking fall. Has some foliage and some little heart-shaped leaves. Waiting to see if it's a good color. She says yes. Sometimes when you're looking at it through the lens of a camera, the color is way off. But if you get a good distance away, it's a good color. So that's going to be our $5 yard. There's plenty. You could do 2 backs on what's on here, big backs. So this is $5 a yard from Moda. These are $3 from the 1960s. I don't know. I didn't buy them in the 60s, obviously, but these are some vintage-like pins. And then our Aubrey patterns. Pins are $3, patterns are $5. So we got some deals for you, and we're so glad that you stayed with us, and we're thankful to see everybody who comes to catch our video. I know that many of you don't watch it live, which is totally fine. I know that many of you watch it on YouTube and also on email. So thank you for joining us, whoever and whenever you are with us. And we're so glad to have you, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.